Alright, here we are with another Zendikar Rising Premier Draft, and yeah, I mean, our choice is pretty easy in this pack. Hagar Mauling is one of the better rares of this set. Just a removal spell that can also be a land. You really just can't go wrong. So this will be, I don't know, maybe my 10th draft of the format. I'm not 100% sure. So I do have a pretty good feel of the format at this point. Still haven't, I wouldn't say I've completely got it figured out all the way, but definitely am more familiar with the cards this time around. Feed the Swarm would also be really cool. That came back around, almost certainly won't. Nothing really else for us in this pack, but we are sending some signals that blue is open by passing this Falconeer, and this Bubble Snare is also a really good pick, so maybe we want to stay away from blue if we can. Not going to pass up like a good blue bomb for it though. So Roiling Blur, this is an okay card if you're in like a super aggressive deck, which I guess red-black would be. It basically hits both players, and it can shut down the life gain deck, which is one of the better decks in the format, the black-white cleric life gain deck. But we could also take the Relic Vial here, and we could go into that deck ourselves. And I think that might be a better choice. Relic Vial is just really good. You know, obviously in the cleric deck, it's fantastic being able to drain your opponent, but even just, you know, if you're not super cleric-y, if you're a little bit more party and just kind of minorly in the cleric theme, I think it's still worth it. So I think that's the best card here. Roiling Vortex would be interesting. If we wanted to take that and go into like a super aggressive deck, that'd be kind of interesting. So now that we're in the, you know, this would work best in black-white. We don't necessarily have to be in black-white. There are clerics in other colors. We could be like black, you know, black-focused and, you know, maybe blue. You know, I don't know. We did just pass that Falconeer in our first pack, but it would be pretty cool to pick one up here. Our other choice would be like the Blood Priest, which is good in the cleric deck, and okay, and you know, like if we ended up in like red-black, it's pretty good there too. Besides that, there's not much. Falconeer is just the most powerful card by a mile, so I think we take that and stay open. So we've taken three kind of not 100% in the same plan cards here, but they're all really strong, so we kind of left ourselves open to whatever's open here. And well, now we see Windrider Wizard, which is just fantastic and gets triggered by so many things. Wizards, instants, or sorceries means you can really just make it triggered by almost every spell in your deck, and it's really strong when it is. And just a 3-mana 2/2 flyer is good. Bubble Snare is a very good removal spell. A Blood Beckoning, we'd like to pick up one of those if we do go into the black-white clerics deck. And then Clearwater Pathway, I mean, it would allow us to like maybe splash into blue, although these are both double colored, so I think we continue just to take the best cards, which I think is Windrider Wizard here, and see where we end up. Here, well, Feed the Swarm does appear to be the best card, so maybe we do just go into blue-black. I kind of wanted to avoid blue if we could, because what we passed in pack 1, we might be fighting for blue coming back the other way, because somebody to the left of us is probably picking blue cards, but I mean, this is just kind of how it worked out, and we're going to just go with what our packs give us here. So the other options would be like taking a Blight Blade, going into like green-black maybe. Riptide, Risen Riptide I've actually found to be pretty good too. Blood Price is an okay draw spell. You might want like one of them. And Subtle Strike is actually proven to be pretty good too, but Feed the Swarm, just hard removal at 2 mana. You don't get better than that in draft most times, although we kind of did with Hagar Mauling. But here we could take Glacial Grasp, just a good way to slow down your opponent. Subtle Strike's also good. I think we probably take Subtle Strike just because we're definitely in black, but we're not 100% in blue. This is also a blue cleric, so if we did take the Cleric of Chill Depths, or even if we don't take this one but pick some up as we go around, that would be kind of make this Relic Vial maybe runnable even if we are in blue-black. We'll take the Subtle Strike though. So there's nothing much for us here. The best card is definitely Thundering Spark Mage, and one going this late might mean red is relatively open. If we did go into red-black, Relic Vial could also be good. There's not really many clerics in red, but we could be sort of a party deck that sometimes gets to gain life off this Relic Vial. We can still just sack creatures to draw cards, which is pretty good with stuff like Bubble Snare in the format. Yeah, I think we take just the strongest card here. Okay, well, the Mana Sky Dancer is pretty good. Core Celebrant, if we were going to go into the... I mean, that is a very late Core Celebrant. It is the build-around piece. Yeah, I think we're going to take it. It's just so much stronger than the Sky Dancer. So we're kind of wide open here. We're only certainly in black, and we kind of got a lot of different ways we could go. I think none of these cards are good. We'll just take the... We'll take the Lynx. Maybe we'll run it if we end up in white-black. Spare Supplies isn't bad. The Roiling Vortex came around. Okay. I think we would rather take that than just in case we end up in red-black. It would be pretty good there in some sort of aggro-y party deck. None of these cards are super good. We'll just take the Protector, which somehow got into our main deck. Alright, we'll take the Inordinate Rage. Oh, Blood Price going that late is good for us. So I guess we have successfully cut black, because Blood Price isn't a bad card. It's not great. Oh, okay. Inscription of Insight, very slow, but very good once you do get it to go off. So it can be a 4-mana spell or a 8-mana spell, and if it's 8 mana, you basically win the game. If it's 4 mana, you have a few choices about what you can do, but you can draw some cards, you can make a big creature, you can bounce a couple things. But it is pretty slow. I don't know. I don't think it's actually like a bomb rare. Sure-footed Infiltrator is also pretty good. As far as if we did go into blue-black roads, this is one of the better ones for sure. One of the better sort of uncommon payoffs for that pair. Besides that, Royal Eruption is very good. We could go into... Man, yeah, we probably need to pick a lane here and just settle in. So blue is where we're pulled towards the most, besides black. We could just take the Blood Priest here, because that's going to be good no matter what we're in. Song Mad Treachery is also very good. We could... I'm going to take the best card, which is Royal Eruption. So, okay, and Demon's Disciple, sure. Spoils of Adventure is also good. Besides that, Pack Beast would be pretty good. Oh, we can take another Royal Eruption. Okay, so we're going to be going into red-black, I think. Zoth Consumption would be pretty nice, but people don't really value this card this much, so there's a chance we get it back around on the wheel. So we're going to go into red-black, because we just got 2 really premium removal spells. And let's see what else we got in red. Roiling Vortex, sure. And what was the other one? Inordinate. We might run Inordinate Rage. It's not the worst. Yeah, and there's another Thundering Spark Mage. Pretty good card. Our other choice would be Expedition Skulker, which is pretty good in the red-black deck because we can pretty consistently turn it on. But I think we're going to take the Spark Mage here. Still going to run this Relic Vial, I think, because there is just a lot of kind of lockdown removal in the format, a lot of enchantments that shut your creature down, and having a way to benefit off of those is still fine, even if we don't have that many clerics, or any clerics as it currently stands, but we're probably going to pick up at least a few. Spikefield Hazard is very good. Our other choice would be like Cinderclasm, which is also very good, but I don't know in an aggressive deck like this if it's quite as good, but I mean it can really blow out big time. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna go with Cinderclasm. It's just a very strong card. Okay, Vanquish the Weak. Oh, wow, another Royal Eruption. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna keep taking Royal Eruptions. As many as we get, we're gonna play. That card is just too good. Alright, Gamifata Vanguard isn't quite as good in our deck as it would be in, like, a red-white deck. I do think it's better than, like, a Expedition Champion or a Scorch Rider, though. And we don't need another Blood Price. 1 is plenty for this deck, I think. So we'll take the 2-drop. Yeah, we got a Demon's Disciple. Our other choice would be maybe like Drawnus Silencer or something, but we'll take the Demon's Disciple. I think in this kind of deck it's actually okay. Oh, we got a Ravager's Mace. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to pick that up. We would have liked to get, you know, this Bug Catcher would actually be pretty good in our deck. But yeah, this is the payoff uncommon for red-black, and it's very good. So we just want to focus on our party now. So we've got, let's see, Warrior. Man, we're just kind of light on creatures in general, aren't we? We just got... we got almost no creatures. Okay. So that's what we need to focus on, is just creatures. Get this Inordinate Rage out of there. And yeah, we've got, you know, if we get another Feed the Swarm or something, we'll pick it up, but we're not going to focus too much on removal at this point. Okay, here, what are we... We're not going to play any of these. I guess there is a world where we find a way to bring this Farsight Adept in as a wizard, I guess. Okay, we'll just take the 2/3 here. It's not, we don't want to be running this because it's not any of the types that we care about for our party. Okay, we'll take the Warrior here, but this is a pretty bad 2-drop. Really, you just run it because it's a Warrior, and it kind of helps with your party, but it's not great. The 3 to pump is just too much. It basically means you take off a whole turn to make this a 3/3, which is just not worth it in almost any case, but it is just a creature to hold this Ravager's Mace, I suppose. Spitfire Lagak. If we can get around, we're going to put these in the sideboard for now. We want to focus on party members, and if we end up with a few playable short, we can just bring those in. Spitfire Lagak I've been pretty unimpressed with. It's a card that to me it reads okay. You know, it's a decent enough threat at 3/4, and then you can kind of get those final points burned against your opponent. And maybe with Rolling Vortex it's actually a little bit better, but I just have been really unimpressed with it. It doesn't seem to do much every time I have it. Alright, we'll take the creature. Not a creature we especially want to be running, but it is a creature and it is a warrior, so it can be a party member, so we're not going to turn it down. Demon's Disciple seemed a little not great in this deck, just because we're so creature light. We might have to, I don't know, we'll see where we end up. It is a cleric, so Just really need to pick up some creatures just where we're at in this last pack. We're going to value creatures over just about anything. Even with this relic vial, we have some additional reasons to run. You might not run this relic vial. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. If we end up with a lot of creatures, we might run the relic vial. But if we're kind of short on creatures, if we're running like 11 creatures or something, it gets a lot worse. Okay. Put it in the sideboard. Alright, so nothing for us in the rare or the uncommon slot. We could take the Blood Beckoning, but we're just gonna take the Royal Eruption. So we're up to 4 Royal Eruptions, and you know what? We'll run a 5th one even. Mind Carver isn't too bad, but it's really for the blue-black deck. Not super great for us. Yeah, we'll take the Blood Priest here. Blood Priest seems fine. Skulker would also be a good pickup, but we'll take the Blood Priest. Get ourselves some more creatures up in here. Wow. No creatures for us. I guess we just take this Rebirth because it can be in our mana base. Fine enough card. Oh yeah. This was awesome pickup here. Wow, we would have liked to get this Bug Catcher. There's a chance that we will this Bug Catcher though, but there's no way we're getting this Pack Beast back. Pack Beast is super fantastic. This is a card that, when you look at it, doesn't seem that great. Just a 2-mana 2/1. But it's basically got Changeling in this set. Everything that cares about creature types, it counts as one of those. And in what is basically a tribal set, that's really powerful. Because, I mean, if you're in Rogues, it's a Rogue. If you're in Warriors, it's a Warrior. If you're in Wizards, it's a Wizard. And if you're in Party, it's everything. So it's it just does so much work. And one of the better 2-drops. And yeah, I think people are starting to catch on. You used to be able to get these really late, like some of the last picks in the pack. But now I think people are starting to figure it out. Alright, well, Shatter Skull Minotaur is a really good payoff for what we're doing. We would have loved to pick up this Kazibul's Fury, but I don't think we can pass up. This is the red uncommon payoff for Party, so I think we want to be taking the creature here. Oh, Relic Axe is kind of interesting. Let's see how many warriors we got, because we really don't have much else. This is a pretty bad removal spell. So we got... I guess we don't really need a... Yeah, maybe we just take the Dreadworm, actually. Maybe we just need all the creatures we can get at this point. Dreadworm is not good, but, you know, I don't think we can actually run any more non-creatures at this point. We'll take the... Jeez. We've somehow managed to not pick up many creatures. We'd even take stinky ones at this point. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to take the second Ravager's Mace. Alright. So we'll probably have to bring in, like, this MacLeod and this Spitfire-like act just to up our creature count to actually be able to hold our equipment. We're not super happy about that, but yeah, we gotta make sure we actually have creatures to put equipment on here. 4 Royal Eruptions is very powerful, though. I don't know if we want a Blood Beckoning. I guess we just take the Gloom Herder, because this is pretty good to put this equipment on. As a, you know, a 2-mana 1/1 Flying Lifelinker isn't great, and a 6-mana 3/3 Flying Lifelinker also isn't great. It's not bad, but it's not great. Definitely better if you can play it late than if you can play it early. But either of those with a Ravager's Mace on it is going to be pretty good, I think. We just, yeah, I mean, even if we just have one other party member on the battlefield, I guess we take the Vampire. Yeah, yep. Okay. So we're gonna make some cuts here. Okay, we'll put Blood. And sure, Disenchant. Alright, whole bunch of nothing for us. I'm not gonna be playing the Rebel Fort. I don't know if there exists a deck that wants the Rebel Fort, but we're definitely not it. So, okay, so we do have one card that can be a land here. We didn't pick up too many dual-faced lands, which is a little unfortunate. Every time one came up, there was just something better for us. Right now we have 14 creatures, and I'm really going to be hard-pressed to cut any of them. We just need creatures for this. So I think we go down as many non-creatures as we can here. So I think we go down to Blood Price. Yeah, I think we have to go down the Roiling Vortex. As cool as that card is, and I think it would actually be okay in a deck this aggressive, I think we just have to go down to non-creature there that doesn't directly impact the board. I guess this is also a land. Maybe we're okay to cut one land. Maybe we cut, yeah, we'll cut one swamp, and we'll cut, I guess, the Subtle Strike. We just have better removal. We have 4 Royal Eruptions, which I think is just better. So this is what we're going to go with. So we ended up with a pretty powerful red-black party deck. So let's try this out. We got some good, we have a lot of good removal, and we just have a lot of ways to quickly finish our opponent off through that removal. So yeah, let's fire it off. Here we go. On to game 1. Okay, up against Magic Kyle, and we will keep this. We're going to play this Hagra Mauling as a land, unfortunately. Unless, I guess if we draw a land here, we'll we'll consider not doing that, but we need to hit our land drops. Well, okay. Okay, you know what? We're not going to play it. This is just a very powerful removal spell, you know. 4 mana Murder is still very good and limited, but so if we can get away with not playing it, we would really prefer not to. Alright, so we will play Gomuff out of Vanguard. Pass the turn. Opponent's on green-black, +1/+1 counters. Skyclave Sentinel, okay. If they attack, yeah, we are going to make this trade. Because we can kill the Skyclave Sentinel. You know what, I mean, they don't get any value out of that Skyclave Sentinel anyway. So we're just going to go with the MacLeod. If they ever put +1/+1 counters on that Sentinel, then they've put some additional effort into it and we can kill it. But for now, it's just a 2/3 with Defender. That's not really doing much of anything. So we'll just pass. We can get down our Highborn Vampire next turn, which can attack through this Sentinel pretty well. Gloomhunter, alright. Yeah, we'll play the Vampire. Kind of looks like our opponent might have a Subtle Strike. And again, if they put a counter on the Skyclave Sentinel, then we'll definitely kill it. But for now, it's not a big deal. If they just pass again, I'm going to say they definitely have Subtle Strike. Okay, MacLeod, sure. Cinderclasm's kind of interesting. Alright, we will go to combat, attack with the Highborn Vampire. If they double block, okay, they just take it. And pass the turn, leave up our Hacker Mauling. This is also an instant, so we're leaving up the Cinderclasm too. Although they have a couple 3 toughness creatures, so Cinderclasm's not quite as good. We would love to find our equipment here. Ross's Sproutling, alright. Gets back their boy, sure. Yeah, I think we just Hacker Mauling, kill the Sproutling, keep getting him for some more damage. Oh, another Vampire is good. Go to combat, attack with the Vampire. If they double block, we can Cinderclasm to kill their other creature. Yeah, we'll kill the. Yeah, we'll kill the. It doesn't matter. We'll kill the Sentinel, and then Cinderclasm, kick it, kill their MacLeod, pass the turn. We need one more land for this Dreadworm. If they just play out their kicked Gnarled Colony here, we can just Demon's Disciple it off the board. Does appear to be what they're going to do, sure. Alright, we could Dreadworm here, but I think we're just going to take the opportunity to make sure we blow up this Gnarled Colony. Put the +1/+1 counter on our Demon's Disciple. And I think we'll wait on the Gloomhunter, because one more land and we get to play it as a 3/3 lifelinker. So we've successfully killed a bunch of our opponent's stuff, which is kind of what our deck does. We just need to find our equipment, and we'll be in really good shape. Alright, Moss-Pit Skeleton has a 5/5. Sure, we will play our Gloomhunter with Kicker. And no decks. Yeah, if we can find our equipment and slap it on this Gloomhunter, we'll be gaining a ton of life. Looks like they have the Fight spell. Sure. That's fine. No blocks. Alright, there's the MacLeod. Feed the Swarm. Interesting. I will go to combat. Attack with the Demon's Disciple. Alright, they make the trade, sure. But we can't kill this Moss-Pit Skeleton for just 2 mana. Which is what we're going to do. So, kill the Moss-Pit Skeleton. Only lose 2 life, because it only has a... Despite the fact that it casts for 5 CMC, it only has 2 CMC. Next turn we can drop down the Dreadworm and start getting in. So we have just removal, removal, removal. Let's see if our opponent can get back into it from here. Alright, Gnarled Colony, which lets them put the Moss-Pit Skeleton back on top. That's pretty good. Oy, another land's not quite what we wanted. Eventually we're going to find our equipment, though, and that'll be pretty good. No tax. Start getting in with a Dreadworm next turn. Yep, there's a Skeleton. Sure. Ooh, Royal Eruption. So, make our Dreadworm indestructible, hit our opponent. We can ding them for 5 to the face, but it's probably better just to kill the Skeleton, I think. We could also kill the Gnarled Colony, because the Skeleton does come back, potentially. Yeah, we're gonna kill the Colony. And pass turn. That takes away the Trample from the Skeleton as well. So to get him for 5 here, that's okay, because we can hit him back for 9. And we're live to a lot of good draws here. If they attack in, and they think they can play out a blocker to hold back our Highborn Vampire. Alright, well there's a Dreadworm, sure. Okay, so they smartly do just hold back. So we're gonna go Spitfire Lagak. Now there's really no bad draws in our deck. Lands make our Dreadworm indestructible and also ping our opponent with the Lagak. And non-land should all be pretty good here. We are unfortunately going to probably have to take this Dreadworm to the face. Alright, Menace, sure. Past. Oh, another Royal Eruption. Okay, so we could kill the Dreadworm. I guess potentially they could have that instant speed Harrow, which would save the Dreadworm. Maybe it's better just to kill the skeleton. Yeah, we're just going to kill the skeleton. Kill the skeleton. Go to combat. Attack with everything. They can eat the Lagak if they want to, but then they take 9. Alright, they do just eat the Lagak. Sure. It's fine with us. We want to get them as low as we can, because if we top deck another 7... Oh, Spark Mage is bad. So we will go to... There's no way we can really leverage the Spark Mage. So I guess we just offer the trade with a Highborn Vampire for the Dreadworm. Opponent takes it. Alright. Okay, sure. Get back their Dreadworm, but they lose a couple life. And I think we just play out the Spark Mage, even though we can't do anything with it. Just to get another body on the battlefield, because again, if we get our equipment, we should be able to just menace our way through for the game. Okay, well, we will make our Dreadworm indestructible, attack with the Dreadworm. Opponent chumps, sure. But we got them at a low enough life now that a top deck Royal kills them, our top deck equipment kills them. Almost anything kills our opponent at this point. Okay, well, we will play the land. Get him with the Dreadworm. Now they have to... I guess we should have attacked with the Spark Mage, too. Yeah. So our opponent should be at 3. That was a mistake. I should have attacked with both creatures there, but... Yeah, turns out it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's... I think that's pretty much what this deck is going to do. We're just kind of black-red removal with a party sub-theme rather than a black-red party deck, and that's pretty much what we did. We just... Opponent had a lot of recursion. They had their skeleton that kept coming back. They had their Marasa Sproutling, which got him back stuff, but we just had so much removal that it didn't matter. So sweet. Alright, up against Edaw, and yeah, we're going to keep this. We can play Ravager's Mace turn 3, which is pretty good against this Death Toucher. Yeah. Definitely not going to play this Hagar Mauling as a land. Already got more than enough lands for what we want to do. Yeah, play the Vanguard, which is also good against the 1/1. If they have a fight spell here, it's a little annoying, but that's just what, you know, we're not going to get around that no matter what we do. Yeah, opponent gets in. Okay, I think we just Ravager Mace, put it on our Vanguard, attack, hit our opponent for 3, get this trainer rolling. If they just have a creature here, yeah, Canopy Baloth, that means... Wow, we don't even have to remove it because they got a little greedy there. And we'll go Swamp, attack with the Vanguard, which has Menace. And I think we'll probably just kill this Canopy Baloth. Is there any reason to do it now? Not really. So we'll just pass turn. Yep, Baloth up to 6. Alright, we will maul the Baloth. Opponent hits us for 1. Turn Temper Ascetic, alright. Sure. Well, we can do something pretty tricky here. We're gonna go hold priority, play Demon's Disciple. And with Demon's Disciple on the stack, we're going to target our Demon's Disciple. So now it's going to kill itself, which is going to blow up our opponent's Blightblade, but then it comes back into play, which we can use to blow itself up again, take out our opponent's Ascetic, get in for 3. Alright, so had a little bit of trickery there. Killed a couple of our opponent's threats. Turned that into a 1-mana removal spell, this Malakir Rebirth. Alright, 5/5 Adventure, sure. We've got the answer to that in hand now. Yeah, we're just gonna attack for 3. Play the MacLeod. Pass the turn. We're a couple mana away from this Royal Eruption actually taking out that adventurer. Alright, big old Kazandu Stomper, sure. We would like to draw a land for this Dreadworm before we die. Oh, and they had a Swarm Shambler too? Sure. Oh, and it's just for 5. Yeah, we might just get stomped over here. Oof, okay, there's a land, that's pretty good. We will go Dreadworm. Can't get in with this Vanguard right now. We'll just pass the turn. Opponent just passes. Alright. Well, we're getting closer to this Royal Eruption being just a removal spell all the time, so we'll go land. Get in for 5. See if our opponent chumps. Sure. Okay. Play the Teeter Peak Ambusher, which we can activate defensively here. We probably are going to have to do, because I imagine their opponent's going to get in with their boys here. But we got him down to 6, which is 1 life away from killing him with a Royal Eruption. So we just need to get in a little bit more damage, and we've got him to dead with this Royal Eruption. All right, they're up to 7 mana with a Blight Blade, sure. We'll have to decide what we want to do depending on how they attack here. Getting in with a Stomper, seems like. Okay, so they're going to have 3 blockers. So if we double block here, we could kill the Stomper. If we kill the Stomper, put a +1/+1 counter on the Vanguard, they would have enough blockers for all of our creatures next turn. If we don't block here, then a land wins us the game. I think we're not going to block. No blocks. We die to a pump spell. Okay. We die to a pump spell there, but I think we win with a land here, which is what we have to play towards. Come on, land. No land. We'll go Thundering Spark Mage. Pick off the 1/1. I could take it. Let's see. Yeah, it can grow itself, so we'll just pick off the 1/1. And we could attack with everything here. Yeah, I think we just attack with everything here. Well, this can... I guess, yeah, that makes it unblockable. Maybe... Actually, I kind of forgot about Gomafada having that ability. Maybe there might have been some point in this game we could have won earlier. But I think we've got it now. Unless they have, like, some instant speed life gain or some crap. They shouldn't be able to deal with this. Yeah, they should just be dead on the attack. But even if they survive, we can just Royal Eruption them for the last 3 points of damage. And that'll be game. There's probably some way we could have won this game a little bit earlier, but in any case, sure. Alright, our opponent goes to -5, and that's it. Alright, okay. Okay. Maybe not the cleanest game, but we did end up winning, so no harm, no foul. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, up against JB Paladin, and yeah, we'll keep this. I think we're going to play this Rebirth as a land, though. Would be sweet, but I think we just want to curve out Stoneworm Pack Beast into Ravager's Mace as best we can. Alright, Pack Beast. Pass the turn. Does our opponent have removal? Well, red-blue makes me think they probably do. But it's still going to run it out here. If our opponent kills our dude, then that's okay. Oh, okay. They got the Censor, sure. That's actually a little more brutal, because there's not a lot of ways to get the Ravager's Mace off the battlefield once it resolves. So that's pretty good on our opponent's part. Fissure Wizard, okay. Well, I think we're just going to run it back rather than run out this Lagak. Yeah, we're just going to Ravager's Mace again. Put her on the Pack Beast. Attack our opponent for 3. Get this train rolling. We've got the Demon's Disciple to cut them down on blockers. Royal Eruption too. If they don't have a removal spell, we can go off here. Alright, we're gonna have to kill that Rock Slide Sorcerer, because that just kills our Pack Beast for free. So I think what we do here is... yeah, we're gonna have to... Now we're gonna go Royal Eruption, kill the Sorcerer, and I guess we just fire off this Demon's Disciple now. Why not? And attack in for 3. Alright, well, we're out of action, but that Demon's Disciple wasn't getting any better, so... Alright, synchronized spellcraft. There goes our dude. But we do keep the equipment, so we can go Spitfire Lagak, play the land, ping our opponent, have something to suit up our Lagak with next turn. I mean, even just giving him Menace is something, even though we don't have any other party members on the battlefield. But this is the cost of running non-party member creatures in your party deck. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to go Ravager's Mace on our Spitfire Lagak. See if this gets it bounced. Oh, into the Royal without kicker. That's pretty rough. And we're gonna kill this thing while we got a chance. Boop. And pass turn. Next turn, the Lagak come back down. Yeah, you really, I don't know. You really never want to be casting into the Royal without kicker unless you absolutely have to. Maybe our opponent felt like they did. And we're just gonna go Lagak. Pass turn. There's a chance that we draw, like, we just draw into party member, party member, party member for this Thundering Spark Mage. Visual Wizard, sure. The Wizard deck is pretty good. Wow, our opponent, opponent discarded the Royal Eruption. Interesting. Gets in for 3, sure. Well, ping our opponent. Suit up the Spitfire Lagak, and get in. Pass turn. Next turn we can, I guess we can just Spark Mage to ping the Visual Wizard. Maybe we should have done that this turn, actually. To Zeem Royal Mage. Alright. That's why they were okay with throwing away the burn spell. They could also get back into the Royal, I guess. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get back the Spellcraft just to kill our creature. Okay, we're going to go Thundering Spark Mage. Blow up the, the Royal Mage. Hit our opponent for 4. And I mean, if they just kill, or just kill our Lagak next turn, sure, that's fine. That means if we draw a land here, we just win with our Spark Mage potentially, especially if our opponent attacks. Okay, they don't attack. Ooh, Shatter Skull Minotaur is good though. Run out the Minotaur. Slam in here. Yeah. Opponent's gonna have to chump and trade. Yep, that's fine. Alright, you got a way to deal with this opponent. Well, they got the Bubble Snare, okay. They didn't need to kick it, but I guess maybe they had nothing else to do. Sure, Highborn Vampire. Suit it up. And we've got lethal next, or through a blocker. They need specifically a removal spell. Because if they just play out a blocker here, we got lethal. And if they even if they play a couple blockers in red-blue, more than likely we're going to be able to kill both of them with this vampire. Field Research. Alright, so they draw 2 cards. So one of those cards is a removal spell. They got enough mana to Bubble Snare it. Alright, Relic Amulet. That shouldn't be enough. And we will go to combat. Attack with our vampire. Maybe they've got Into the Royal. They're going to just bounce our dude. Yeah, they actually do. Wow, okay. Yep, we only got enough mana to cast one of these creatures, so we're gonna... I guess we run out the Dreadworm. It's a little harder to kill. Yeah, we're gonna run out the Dreadworm. Pass turn. This makes it a little harder to kill with this Relic Amulet. Harden Electromancer, okay. Can they get up to... If they have, like, a burn spell, they can use that plus Relic Amulet? Alright, well, we are just gonna... suit up this dude. Even if we don't have a party member, I guess we have one, but it gives him Menace, so... Oh, okay, they have the End of the Royal, sure. We do just get to run back out the Dreadworm. Opponent might be able to stabilize here. Into the Royal was the perfect card, because not only does it deal with our threat, it gives them some card draw into more stuff to trigger this Relic Amulet. So... Alright, land. Do they draw another Into the Royal? Get in. Attack. Opponent's got to block with both. We'll kill the... yeah, we'll kill the Electromancer. Alright, play Highborn Vampire. Which can indeed just die to a Relic Amulet. They didn't kill it with Relic Amulet, huh? Okay. Oh, Feed the Swarm's pretty good. So we're going to go Feed the Swarm on the Riptide. So now if they have a kicker spell, this Risen Riptide isn't going to kill one of our dudes, at least. And we'll just go to combat. I mean, they could have removal spell plus ping this Highborn Vampire with their Amulet, but... Oh, wow. Okay, alright. Man, they have a lot of Into the Royals. Into the Royals is one of the better combos in this set for sure. Our opponents managed to draw, I assume, all of their copies. Alright, how many turns are we going to have lethal and get bounced back by Into the Royal? Okay. Turns out that was it. That was the last time. So yeah, our opponent had a pretty sick Wizards deck, which I think is one of the better decks in the format. Relic Amulet is just so good. Just basically a repeatable removal spell, and then you can back it up with cards like Into the... Wow, yeah, our opponent had just a ton of Into the Royals. 4 Into the Royals. Jeez. Not to mention they also had a Royal Eruption. So opponent's deck was a very good red-blue Wizards deck, and we managed to get there anyway. It's really just this Ravager's Mace. It's just a very good card. Opponent did manage to counter our first one, but the second one sticking, it's just hard for an opponent to come back from that. And to be honest, we would have been in a lot of trouble if we hadn't drawn the Feed the Swarm when we did too, because they would have been able to kick this Risen Riptide. We would have had to go for the attack, but they would have been able to kick this Risen Riptide, make it a 5/5, eat one of our creatures, and also bounce the other one, and then we would have been maybe in some trouble. But we were able to pull together. So sweet. All right, up against Tuna. Man, this hand is slow. Huh. I guess we keep it. Oh man, this hand is slow. Super slow. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have kept this hand. I don't know. If we have a lot of good draws with this hand, like Komafata Vanguard. Wow, okay. That was the perfect draw at the perfect time, because if we can curve this Vanguard into a Spark Mage, into a Minotaur, then we're just really doing some backbreaking stuff. We can even leave up Malakir Rebirth next turn because we're not doing anything anyway. Yeah, okay. We're all about the 4-drops in this deck. We will attack. Even this Minotaur is going to be a 4-drop. Let's see if they just kill our Vanguard. If they do, we can save it with Rebirth. So that would be probably the ideal thing, is if they just try to kill our Vanguard here. Well, that's not a kill spell. Alright. It has been snared. Okay, in that case, we're just going to run out the Vampire. And that doesn't leave us with a Shatterskull Minotaur next turn unless we draw a land. But it is a much more aggressive threat than just a Spark Mage. And a Spark Mage now he can run out and kill the Sky Dancer for free, so that's pretty good. Let's see what they milled. Okay, nothing of importance. I would have liked that land, but getting them bat milled is fine. We don't want it anyway. So we could have also Malakir Rebirthed to make sure we hit our Shatterskull Minotaur next turn, but I'm okay with this. If we just Spark Mage and blow up their Sky Dancer, that's more than okay. Ravager's Mace. Alright, I think we'll wait on that, because we can potentially do that plus something else. I think we're going to go to combat, leave up Malakir Rebirth, attack first. See if our opponent flashes something in. Zulabor Duelist, okay. Just to reduce some of the damage. That's fine. Oh, those are 2 really good things they just milled. That's brutal. But we will go Spark Mage, blow up the Sky Dancer. We could play Rebirth as I think we're going to play it as a land. Could play it as a land here means we can Royal Rebirth plus Ravager's Mace potentially next turn, or if we draw a land, we can Shatterskull Minotaur plus Royal Eruption. Alright. Get her sneak. Do we just want to run out the... We could just Ravager's Mace to make our Highborn Vampire, they have to double block it. That would leave us with 3 mana, which means we can't really do much. Okay, we're just gonna Minotaur here. And yeah, attack and attack. Opponent's just gonna trade their Skitter Sneak with the Vampire. Are they gonna double block the Shatterskull Minotaur? We're more than okay with that. We will trade 2 for 1 on our 4-drop. And this Ravager's Mace is just gonna be a bunch of surprise damage out of nowhere, because even if they do kill our Minotaur here, or I guess if they trade for a Highborn Vampire, we're still going to have 2 party members on the battlefield, so kind of regardless of what they do. Okay, they are going to trade 2, sure. Yeah, we will take it. And pass turn. Not just going to throw this Royal Mage at their face. There is some argument to doing that. I did consider it, because that would put them down to 9, which means this Ravager's Mace would be lethal next turn, but I think we just hold on to it, be a little bit more patient. Assuming the blue-black deck not to have any like removal or bounce or flash creatures just to save themselves is, I think, maybe a little bit too hopeful. I think we'll just play it a little more conservatively and give ourselves a better chance of not just getting blown out. Because if we can get our opponent down to 5, then we've almost got enough lands with this Royal Eruption just to finish them off by itself. One more land and we can just throw it right at their face. Wow, they're going to Blood Beckoning back the Skitter Sneak, okay. And they're just going to... Oh, they can't even play it this turn. This is... Okay, Malakir Mire. Same as ours. Yeah, I think we just go... I think we just fire this off on our Spark Mage. You know what? We're going to do it on our Highborn Vampire, actually. And get in. Your opponent flashes something in. Alright, they have to enter the Royal with no kicker, which is really brutal. Hit our opponent for 2, and we're just going to go play out the MacLeod. Pass turn. We need 2 more lands before we can do 2 things in a turn. We can play like Highborn Vampire plus Equip, because the Equip cost is 4 on this. It's not small for sure. But if our opponent just plays out the Skitter Sneak here, we can just suit up this Spark Mage potentially. Sure. Plus a Ruin Crab. Alright. Sure. I just suit up the MacLeod, actually. If we draw a land, that changes a lot, because then we can just blow up our opponent's Skitter Sneak and get in. Opponent is considering what to do with their completely tapped out board. Maybe they're thinking if they should mill us or not, if they have a land in hand, if there's an upside to milling us. Okay, we did draw a land here, so I think we just go Royal Eruption, take out the Skitter Sneak. Get in for 2. But more importantly, that means we have a blocker off the battlefield, which means if they don't draw another blocker, this just reads target creature gets unblockable. But even... Okay, well there goes one of our vampires, sure. And they mill us a bit. Alright, so we should have the game here. If we draw a land, that'd be the best possible draw, but even without a land, we're looking pretty good. Spitfire Lagak, yeah, I think we just suit up our boy here. We probably should have put her on the MacLeod, actually. That was a bit of a mistake. Put our opponent on a 2-turn clock. Pass turn. Yeah, because they've already got an incentive to remove the Spark Mage. Well, our opponent's dead anyway. Okay. But they've already got an incentive to remove this Spark Mage just because it's one of our party members. So putting it on this MacLeod probably would have been a better choice. But regardless, we took him down. Alright, red-black party just kind of stomping its way through. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, yeah, we'll keep this. Going second with this hand is a little bit sketchy, but if our Paladin... Wow, yeah, we're just going to play this Rebirth tapped. We just need to make sure we hit our land drops here. Going Pack Beast into Royal Eruption into Spark Mage just feels almost unbeatable. Yeah, Pack Beast. We would love to run out this Blood Priest after we get Spark Mage down so we can drain for 3. Okay, that is dead on sight. No thank you. Woo! Yeah, we do not... I was considering maybe running out the Blood Priests, that we could have a Spark Mage with 3 pinketing, but we are not letting that thing survive if we can have anything to do with it. Oh yeah, this is just lining up really well. We have to go Spark Mage, kill our opponent's Pack Beast, hit him for 2. They got another Spark Mage lined up if there's something else that we can ping for 2. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna keep this train rolling. Oh... I think we're going to be mana intensive here. Use our mana the best we can. Blow up this again. Get him for 4. And potentially if we draw a land next turn, we can go Ravager's Mace plus like a Blood Priest and or an Eruption, which would be really good. If not, we can just run out Ravager's Mace here and just hit them. You know, if they have a big blocker, we can at least get in with whatever we put the... Oh, wow. Okay. Goodbye, Spark Mage. That is not what... Oh, oh my god, well our deck has just fired on all cylinders this game, and I don't think there's any way our opponent wins. Even if they somehow get all of our creatures off the board, we have this Royal Eruption that's just gonna kill them, plus this Malakir Priest. Oh, well, okay. You know what? I say that, but I'm also completely correct when I say that, because now we can just kill this, hit our opponent, and they're dead. Wow, so that was our deck at its pretty much at its best. It shows you the power of the Spark Mage, and I think it really showed the power of a Pack Beast. Pack Beast was kind of the cornerstone of why we won this game. So if we look at Pack Beast here, the fact that it's able to be any party member, the fact that these Spark Mages were upgraded to Shocks, although I guess the things we killed would have been killed with 1 toughness anyway, the fact that this Shatter Skull Minotaur was down to 4 mana, no matter what we kind of followed up this Pack Beast with, it just makes... It's so good. It makes all the party cards just so much better. So, yeah, I think this is... I don't know if I'd be okay first picking Pack Beast, but if I like second or third pick to Pack Beast, I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. This card is an absolute... It kind of saves the party mechanic by itself, I think. It's just... It does so much work. So, do not undervalue this card. I would have loved to get 2 of them, but one of them, even just one of them here, did a ton of work. And we were going to be able to play this Blood Priest and drain for 4 next turn. So, really crazy stuff. Sweet. Alright, up against a Ready Bear. We'll keep this. Not really the strongest hand ever, but potentially this Demon's Disciple, especially on the play, this Demon's Disciple might be pretty good. We can go like Blood Priest into Demon's Disciple, sack the Blood Priest, and get in for 3 maybe with this Disciple. We would have liked to get just like, you know, one of the party reanimation spells. That card would have been really good in our deck, the Thwart the Grave. If we could have picked up just one of those, this deck would have been really, really, really good, I think. But, I mean, we've done pretty well with it so far. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Red-green, so landfall, probably. Yeah, I guess this Demon's Disciple isn't getting any better, right? We could just Royal Eruption, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Let's just Royal Eruption it. We can Demon's Disciple whatever they play next. Hit him for 2. Would love to just keep hitting land so we get up to this Dreadworm. Ardent Electroman. Oh, can I play 2 things this turn? Okay, no they can't. That's good. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we're just gonna Demon's Disciple here. Do we want to just get in the 2 points of damage? No, I think we'll play a little more conservatively. Keep the 3/1. A little bit better of an attacker than a 2/1. And with all these removal spells in our hand, I think I want to keep the thing that does the most damage. All right, there's a Bug Catcher. Can we hit a land? Oh, they have the fight spell? Ugh. All right, well, we will just Royal Eruption this thing. Hit our opponent for 3. Ah, come on. If we can hit 1 land to get up to this Spark Mage, I feel really good about it, where we're at. We've just struggled really badly on lands this game. Wow, okay. Opponent's just going to dig some lands out. Well, we might lose this to just infinity missed land drops. Oof. Our opponent's going to be playing like 7 drops here. Yeah, that's pretty big. Spark Mage ain't going to do much against that. I guess we just feed this worm. Keep getting in. Aha! Take that. Alright, got our opponent down to 8th. I don't know if we're going to be able to get these last points of damage across, unfortunately. Alright, another Bug Catcher. And a Champion. Looks like they're probably going to fight our Demon's Disciple, which is actually pretty bad, because, yeah. Kill our Demon's Disciple. That means the Spark Mage... we finally draw the land, but the Spark Mage is a little bit short on actually killing their Bug Catcher. So I guess we run out the Vampire. We can Spark Mage next turn to eat the Bug Catcher. See if they get in for some damage. Looks like they do not. Okay. Cinderclasm. Well, we'll just Spark Mage. Eat the Bug Catcher. No attacks. We don't want to trade... I guess, actually, it was a 2/3. That was a mistake. I forgot that this thing is only a 4/3 dependent on having another warrior, so we just missed an attack there for no reason. Thundering Rebuke, sure. We can't just Royal Eruption this thing. Okay, land's good. I think we just Dreadworm here. Yeah, we'll just go Dreadworm. Pass... Oh, no attacks. Pass turn. We could potentially set something up with a Cinderclasm. Opponent does get to draw here. Yeah, I think the Spare Supplies is actually okay in a green-red deck. I think one of these kind of landfall-y decks where you're going to have a lot of lands anyway, this sort of slow divination is actually pretty good. Ooh! What in the world? Okay, well that's going to need to die. But we can't actually... Yeah, we'll take the 5. Oh my gosh, they do. Yeah, get another combat. Oh, they just leave it. Okay. Here we go. So, land... Attack with a Dreadworm. And if they don't block, they're just dead. Oh, yeah. Ba-doop-bop, ba-doop-bop. Royal Eruption, hit him in the face. Best common in the set. And we... well, we beat a Morog. We were stuck on 3... we were stuck on 3 lands for like the first 20 turns of the game, and we still managed to pull it out. So I think that's a sign that this deck is pretty good. So yeah, our opponent was not in a very envious spot there, because if they chumped, it makes their Morog a lot worse. If they block with their Morog, they know we have to, you know, they get nothing out of it because our Dreadworm has Indestructible, and they got to know we have something waiting in the wings, which we did. And or we could actually just Spark Mage and blow up the Morag even. So they were not in good shape. But yeah, not blocking at all let us just kill them. So Morog's a pretty scary card, but we managed to take him down. Sweet. Alright, up against Brunau Ray in what is maybe the finals. Not that I say that, we're certain to lose, but it's possibly the finals if we win. If we don't, we still have a couple losses in the bag before we have to wrap it up, but we'll see. I'm going to keep this hand. It's just all warriors, which is a little awkward, but it does have a pretty good curve out of Gomafada into Highborn Vampire to make our stuff unblockable. Let's see what our opponent's got at 3 mana. Kargan Intimidator, well, that's a pretty good one. We will definitely offer the trade for the Intimidator. Let's see. Does opponent take it? They do not. Alright, well, we're going to go Teeter Peak Ambusher. And next turn we can make it that Kargan Intimidator unable to block, although I doubt they're going to be blocking with the Intimidator. Thunder Mage. Okay, well, there goes our Vanguard. And we will trade if they attack in. They're not going to. Alright, so our opponent is on some sort of red-blue party nonsense. Maybe just wizards, but with this Kargan Intimidator. No attacks. I guess maybe we should have attacked in and threatened activation. Yeah. Alright. What do you got, opponent? I think we do block with the Vampire if they attack with this Kargan Intimidator, because... I don't know, maybe not. Actually, I think if they attack with the Intimidator, we just don't block. We'll get in with the Vampire. We're not at an especially low life total, so we can take a few Intimidator hits, I think. We'd rather keep this Vampire around. Opponent is thinking about what to do. Definitely drawn a lot of lands. We've drawn all lands, I think. Yeah, because we had all these in our opening hand, so I'm drawing purely lands, which is a little awkward in our deck, where we don't want that many lands to begin with, unless we have like a worm on the battlefield. Alright, opponent makes a couple mana. Alright, makes it unable to block, sure. We weren't going to block with it anyway. Makes her dude big. Okay, no blocks. Okay, ooh, Spark Mage. So we're gonna go Spark Mage. We want to blow up the Intimidator. We could also blow up the Electromancer and have a free attack with our Vampire here. We're just gonna be aggressive back here. Blow up the Electromancer. Oh, shell! They had a shell shield. Brutal. Wow. Okay, well that got us pretty well. I guess we don't attack. Damn, that was pretty good. Okay, wow, our opponent had the one spell in the format that would actually save their creature there. But Shell, I mean, it's not like Shell Shield is a bad card. It's middling, but it was really good there. That might have just turned the tide. Because if we were able to blow up their creature there and get in with our Highborn Vampire, we get them down to 14. And we just start racing. If we can start racing with these 4/3s, I'd be pretty happy about it. But man. Well, Expedition Diviner, that's really good. Ooh, Sneaking Guide can be okay. Oh my god, we got more lands. Okay, I guess we threatened double activation of this Teeter Peak Ambusher. Or do we just play out our Highborn Vampire? I guess we just play out the Highborn Vampire. But we are going to die to this flyer for sure. Yeah, I think our opponent got us. We've just drawn way too many lands, unfortunately. We've drawn just the Spark Mage, and besides that, everything else we've drawn this game has been a land. Eesh. Okay, Ravager's Mace. So we're going to go Ravager's Mace on one of the Highborn Vampires. Do they kill it in response? We have enough mana to replay the Vampire if they bounce it. Okay, well, we will attack. Attack with the Vampire. If they want to block, they have to double block it, which will mean we kill 2 things, no matter what they choose to double block it with. They just take 6? Wow, okay. I guess we just swap over this to the ambusher for defense. Pass a turn. Opponent. Maybe they're preparing to do some sort of alpha strike to actually just kill us here. We'll see. Oh, that's a good one. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we might just be dead here. They can make their Spark Mage unblockable. They can't make both of our creatures, because Skargan Intimidator can only make one thing unable to block. So we can attack with the... No, you can't do it twice. So I think that was his plan, to make both of our creatures unable to block, but he can only do that once. He can't pump his creature. Yeah, but we can still block it with a Spark Mage. And he can use Sneaking Guide to make his Spark Mage unblockable, I guess, but if he's smart, he just will attack with everything, because we're going to be blocking that Skargan Intimidator anyway. We have to get that off the battlefield. Okay, I think we have to block the Electromancer here. So 1, 4, 7, 9, 13. So if we block the Skargan Intimidator, they give it trample, and that goes down to 11. So we have to block the Electromancer here. Oh wait, this can still block like this. Okay, can we just win? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. No, I can't do it like that. I think we have to... If we block like this, we go down to... He gives us trample. We take 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, go to 1. Okay. We go to 1. We're dead to anything. But we go to 1 here. Okay, we were... Oh, okay. Yeah. Could we have blocked in a way that we didn't die there? No, we were dead no matter what we did. Okay, well, so that is what it is. We couldn't have... Yeah, there's no way we could have blocked. If we blocked... Like, we could have saved 1 more point of damage, but we still would have gone down to 0. So, yeah, our opponent just had a really good draw there. Alright. Our opponent's deck was pretty good. They got to just destroy us with these Thundering Spark Mages, and man, that Shell Shield. I think we might have won if not for that Shell Shield. Getting that creature out of the way, getting us some other points of damage, and really making them feel the pressure with this Ravager's Mace would have made them unable to attack like they did this turn. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but I think that Shell... That at least closed the door, I think, the Shell Shield. Maybe we weren't favored with that, without that, especially with this Fling spell waiting in the wings, but definitely took us down. That was the kind of killing blow, I think, that Shell Shield. Anyway, on to the next one. Alright, playing against Enrich. We'll keep this. We're going to unfortunately have to play the Hagra Mauling as a land here, though, which is really sad, but we can't risk just drawing no black sources. Of course we draw a swamp right after we do that, but if we hadn't have done it, I'm sure it would have been 20 turns until we drew a swamp, so it just is what it is. Sure, TP Ambusher. Do we want to just kill it with... Nah, that's such a anemic card. I think we just pass the turn, no attacks. We don't really care about Ambusher. If they want to get in and hit us or whatever, that's fine. We're not so aggressive that we feel like we have to blow up an Ambusher. It's gonna suck if they have a fight spell, but... no blocks. What hits us for 1, runs out another Ambusher, alright. Well, we just go Highborn Vampire, and no attacks. We are not going to block if they attack in with these Ambushers. We'd rather them have to do it on their turn, because if they attack in with one of them and leave the other one back to potentially block. Alright, they're just going to Jiraga Visionary, sure. Yeah, we're just going to go Treadworm. No attacks, pass turn. Alright, now next turn we can go land, make our Dreadworm indestructible, potentially feed the Swarm this Jiraga Visionary and get in with both the Vampire and the Dreadworm. We might have to kill something even bigger than the Visionary if they play it here, though. And just hold back our Vampire, because, I mean, just holding it back's not a bad option either, because we eventually we're going to find our... Yeah. Alright, that's probably going to have to die. Ooh, Malakir Rebirth. That kind of changes things. So we're going to go Mountain, go to combat, attack and attack. When it blocks, it takes 5. We're going to go Malakir Rebirth on our Highborn Vampire. Get it back. And pass turn. We're not going to kill the aesthetic right now because it trades with our Highborn Vampire, and they might feel pressured into doing that if we keep hitting them. So yeah, we're gonna and if they attack with it, kind of get a little aggressive on their end, we can also feed the swarm whatever they lead back to block. So we're gonna play it a little bit looser here. All right, opponent's getting in with everything, and we're blocking with nothing. Sure, but this is gonna be 11 points of damage coming at him across the board here, because we do have this feed the swarm. Marasa Brute, sure. Do they have a fight spell? Oh, if they have a fight spell, that's a bit brutal. Oh, they have the Royal Eruption, sure. Okay. That's better than a fight spell, at least. Spitfire Lagak. Alright, so we're going to go Spitfire Lagak. We're going to hold on to this land, actually. Attack with Dreadworm. And we're just going to feed the Swarm the Ascetic now. Pass turn. Down to 5, no blocks. Next turn we can play this land, make the Dreadworm indestructible. Also ping him with the Lagak. Probably gonna have to block both of these ambushers this turn though, if they play a land, because otherwise they can pump them up to 5 power, which sucks because that means we're gonna lose the Pack Beast, but it's okay. All right, well, sure. So they can pump it once to go up to 4 power here, so we can go block here. They can pump it once to go up to 3 power, and they hit us for 4. I think this does leave us dead to like a burn spell or a pump spell, but I think we have to try to leave all our creatures alive to win next turn. This does, I mean, if we die, we die. Opponent could just have one of these royals and burn us, but I think we have to play this a little risky to have a chance of actually winning. Yeah, okay. Well, that was just, I don't think we could have won if they had an eruption in hand, so, yep, okay. On to the last one. This last one for sure this time. We just lost twice, so either we're going to lose and be at 6 wins or win and be at 7, so let's find out. Here we go. Alright, last game against Jakin, and we will keep this. It's a little, I mean, it's a powerful hand for sure, but it's a little bit fragile to removal, so we'll see. But being able to go Blood Priest into Ravager's Mace, into Spark Mage, into Shatter Skull is a really good series of plays if it doesn't get disrupted. Alright, opponent's on black-white. Black-white Clerics, looks like, so more likely than not, we're gonna get shreked by something or other as far as removal goes. There's a lot of good removal in these colors. Relic Vial. Okay, that's not good for us. Sure. No blocks. Alright, I think we just go... yeah, we'll just go Ravager's Mace. Because even if they kill our creature here, we can play Thundering Spark Mage and pick off this Blood Priest. Even if the Spark Mage is our only creature. So we're just going to go like this. This lets us put the most damage we can on the battlefield, and if they don't have a removal spell, then we're in really good shape. Okay, Attendant Healer, sure. I guess they do get to make a cat, don't they? Because whenever a creature dies, they're going to be gaining a life. Huh. I guess we do it post-combat, so we'll go attack. It's not during their turn, is it? Whenever you gain life the first time each turn, create a 1/1 white cat. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know if we want to give them this cat or not. Maybe we just go... yeah, we're just going to go Lagak. I think we don't want to give them the cat. This makes things a little more tricky for them. They probably won't have enough mana to remove our Lagak and also give something lifelink, so at least they don't get the cat to block with. And next turn we can Shatter Skull Minotaur, really crash in there. And then if they start making cats, then okay. But we'd rather pick off this Attendant Healer. Maybe we should have gone Blood Priest last turn, but we're potentially getting to a point where if we draw another land, we can go like Blood Priest plus... oh, 2 Attendant Healers is crazy. Okay, we're going to have to... yeah, we're going to take a turn off here. Ping our opponent. Blood Priest. Drain our opponent. And we're going to have to just Royal Eruption one of these off the battlefield. They do get to make a cat with the other one. But, let's see. Do we want to attack with the... yeah, you know what? We will trade... we'll trade the Lagak. If they want to block with the Attendant Healer, we will trade... okay, they're just going to chump, sure. Okay, now this puts us in a position where we can go Thundering Spark Mage, blow up the Attendant Healer. Yeah, that 2 attendant healers is nuts. Alright, expedition healers, sure. Plus marauding bright piece. Okay, that's not a big deal. We will just get rid of this attendant healer, stop their cat production. And then next turn we can get in with the Shatterskull Minotaur. Blow up the attendant healer. Opponent gets to drain us, sure. Go to combat, attack, and attack. We're going to attack with everything, because we have enough mana for this Shatterskull Minotaur no matter what next turn. Alright, opponent's going to double block just to get our Vanguard off the battlefield. Sure, yeah. Yep, opponent trains us for a bit. Alright, but we've got our opponent mostly at our resources here. We have a Shatterskull coming down next turn. Blood Priest, sure. I mean, this is getting pretty bad. They've got us almost dead. We would love to draw removal for this Blight Priest if we could. Dreadworm's not quite what we wanted, so yeah, I'm just going to go Minotaur. Are we... If they just block and block, we're not just dead. So we're going to go Minotaur, go to combat. If we attack with everything, they're... So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we attack with this and this, because they're not forced to block regardless. And if we just don't leave stuff back to block, we're going to die. Yeah, okay. We're going to go like this. Vanquishes the weak. Alright, sure. They probably should have done that on one of our blockers, though. Let's see, what do they pull off the top here? If it's just a land, we're in okay shape. Well, they're not doing anything. It could be a removal spell, but if it's a removal spell... Ooh, Gloomhunter's pretty good. So we're going to go Ravager's Mace on our Minotaur, because that's something that can't get blown up by a Vanquish the Weak, if they do have a removal spell. Go to combat. Attack. And attack. Alright, opponent's going to double block the Minister, sure. And presumably sack their Blood Priest to draw a card before the damage goes through. Drain us for one more on the way out. Yep. Doesn't really matter which way. Ugh, this is going to be really close. Okay. I did play around the Subtle Strike. That's why I left this Spark Mage back instead of just the 2-1, because I specifically was playing around Subtle Strike, so that's good. Opponent does get to trade with our Minotaur now, but that's okay. They're out of Clerics finally, so now we can play this Gloomhunter, and we can equip up this Gloomhunter to start gaining some life back. So we're not gonna wait till next turn where we could kick it. Okay, well that's a Cleric, sure. Do they draw a removal spell too, though? Oh, Thundering Spark Mage is really good. I think we just have to equip up here, though. Start gaining some life back. Come on, tell me you didn't draw a removal spell too. Alright, go to combat, attack. Come on, if we can gain this life, it'll be huge. No, come on. What? Oh my god. Well, our opponent needed exactly a removal spell. Jeez, man. Ugh. That's brutal. Okay. Do we want to just Royal Eruption the Stonework Pack Beast? That puts us down to 1, or to 2? Yeah, I guess we do. We'll kill this thing. They get to draw a card. But we get to equip up our Thundering Spark Mage and start getting aggro. And hopefully we've run our opponent pretty low on Clerics here. Yeah, opponent gets to draw a card, sure. Equip up the Spark Mage, attack in, pass turn. Ugh, they needed... That is so brutal. That Subtle Strike was so clutch for them. Well, we're gonna go Dreadworm. Attack. We got lethal here. They got us down to 2 though. If we could have gained that 2 life. Alright, well. Oh, we did it! Okay. Oh, that was by the skin of our teeth. Holy moly. Oh, we made the right choice there just to kill that last Cleric of theirs, the Stonework Pack Beast. Again, this shows the power of Pack Beast, that not only does it do the whole job for party, but it's just a Cleric, right? It's just a 2-mana Cleric that turned on the Relic Vial. Oof. But it looks like we made the right choice by just firing off that last cleric, equipping up our dude, and just getting in for as much aggression as we could to really close things out. So, oh man, that was a nail biter for sure. Our opponent had some really good draws off the top, and then we were able to just sort of clinch it right there at the end. But we were so close to death. There were so many things that just killed us for sure here. Oh, okay. But in any case, we did end up going 7 wins, so we got max wins out of this draft, which is pretty cool. Our little red-black party deck. Let's take a look at it before we claim our prizes here. So our deck wasn't like crazy busted or anything. It was just sort of doing what it did pretty well. We did have Hogger Mauling as... Is this our only rare? Yeah, this was our only rare, was Hogger Mauling, but it's a pretty good one. A removal spell that can also be a land. We did have to play it as a land, I think, once or twice, and that's always kind of brutal because it's such a good spell. You really want to spell half of it, but just having that flexibility to be like, okay, well, we have to play it as land just to hit our land drops, that made it really good. And then there's a reason that Ravager's Mace is an uncommon. It's because it's a pretty powerful card, right? It's kind of the signpost uncommon of red-black. Shows you what you want to be doing in those colors, which is putting together a party and being aggressive. And yeah, it just was really powerful in our deck. Besides that, Thundering Spark Mage, of course, performed really well. It always does. And then yeah, just having 4 Royal Eruptions probably was a big reason why our deck did so well. It's just a super busted card. But besides that, our deck was just pretty much a run-of-the-mill red-black deck, and it was a good... I mean, it kind of shows the power of this archetype. Just there's a lot of decks that are just kind of dirtling around a little bit, and having the ability to just really put the pressure to your opponent, it's good even in a format like this. So we will claim our prize, get our 6 packs, our 2,200 gems, and let's see what we got out of our packs. We got a Ondu Inversion, Great and Commander. Gonna be probably, I'm almost out of anything else in the set. I think Ondu Inversion might be the most stapley for a commander. Sarah Sand, pretty cool rare, kind of the big boss rogue of the set. Omnath, Terror of Standard, potentially banned by Monday, whenever this, I don't know if this video will go out before then, but yeah, there's going to be a ban list on Monday, and this deck has just completely taken over the format. Omnath, Lotus Cobra, Uro. My guess is that it's going to be Uro, just because they've already kind of sold enough Theros Beyond Death, so they can ban Uro. And then maybe secondarily, my second guess would be Lotus Cobra, because Lotus Cobra is kind of a reprint, so regardless about whether it gets banned or not, it's going to have some value, so it's going to continue to sell packs. So don't expect Omnath will get banned, but his deck probably will be. Just too good, for sure. Okay, Mythic Wildcard, always appreciated. I've gotten a lot of rares out of this set. Like I said, that was my 10th draft or so, and when I'm not drafting for like a video, I tend to rare draft a lot, just pick up rares when I can. So I've gotten a lot of the rares out of this set by now. But okay, Coveted Prize is a pretty, I don't know, maybe in Commander it's fine, but not really great in other formats. But anyway, so that was our deck. Red-Black Party performed pretty well, got all the way to 7 wins. We almost got to 7-0, and we just kind of like fumbled on the last yard there and picked up a couple losses. But 7 wins, doesn't matter as far as prizes go. So I do think the deck was pretty good, but it kind of shows you don't need some crazy rares for a deck to be good, right? If you just kind of stick to the fundamentals and get some of the good commons and uncommons, that's enough to beat many of the decks in the format. In any case, yeah, this has been 2D. I hope you enjoyed watching. I sure enjoyed playing, and I'll see you next time.